How is it going, fellow collectors? Klutzy Joe coming at you with yet another review, and this time we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Target exclusive Red Hulk. Now, as a point of filming, I'm not necessarily sure, but initially what Target was actually doing is that they were just getting figures, at least one per store. Now, I'm pretty sure that everything might have actually changed, but the initial Target release date was supposed to be around the around the 1st of March, and these things were actually popping up since the 23rd. So those who were actually able to get it way ahead of time, you know what, kudos. But you know, I'm actually starting to see that this thing is actually starting to sell for a ridiculous amount of money. You know, I've seen some go for about $100. There was one listing that was even going for $300, and I'm not exaggerating that, so I don't necessarily know. Hopefully you guys won't have to pay that much to end up getting this big bad boy. So anyways, let's look at the packaging. You know, the packaging is actually pretty cool. It's actually very stellar. You end up getting the artwork right here from the Red Hulk when he initially came on out. I do know that there were some other artists that ended up releasing this guy even with a mustache. So yeah, not so much different on the other side. And right here on the back, I mean, you end up getting a very nice read up. So for those of you who don't keep up with the comics, the Red Hulk actually was not, nobody really knew who the Red Hulk was for a good while, up until, you know, fairly recently he was actually announced that it was General Thunderbolt Ross. So it was actually pretty cool. I end up loving this Lego Dragon right here at the very top, and the same thing goes at the bottom. Who cares? So anyways, let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this live cam. I did end up tearing up on the tape, and well, there's no other way to get around it. So as you open this box, you immediately notice how heavy this guy is, and it's very beautiful, you know, honestly. So as you get to see, there is no additional accessories except for the hands, which are swappable, and that is actually pretty cool. It's just pop this out. Same thing goes with this one, and let's pop T-Bolt Ross out. Sorry about that. Oh, well, that was loud. Anyways, and here you get to see him. Now let me just remove the box out of the way. Now, if you guys end up having the green Hulk that came with the Marvel Legends Wolverine, it's essentially the same buck. For people like me who didn't get that one, or the SDC, or the gray Hulk, you know, this is actually a surprise for me. Now, I love this figure, you know, just by the looks of it. I mean, it's real nice. Very nice size for this guy, you know, very massive. Do end up loving that. Let's see, let's bring him up a little bit close. The detail on the mouth is, I mean, on the face is just real nice. You know, you get to see the yellow on the eyes, the gum line and everything. It looks real nice, very animated looking, very cartoon, very comic book accurate on that. And you know, I thought that this one would actually have some great tips on the hairs or something like that, because that's how he came out initially. You know, when T-Bolt, at least a lot of the promo images was actually showing that he ended up having some gray hair. Right here, you don't get anything like that. For the most part, it just looks like it's a solid black. But you know what? What other reflection, I guess, is, you know, you can actually kind of get that that effect. Anyways, you also get to see that he ends up having some dark gray to black pants, so that's actually pretty cool. I did end up hearing reviewers like Miss Prime actually say that all the rips and tears, my bad, all the rips and tears are exactly the same on the green Hulk, so that's a bit of a bummer. Now, for articulation, the articulation is actually pretty cool. He's able to, okay, so he can't look up that well, but he is able to look down, so I guess it's cool. You get to see that he does lean his head from side to side and does spin around, so that's actually pretty good. The only thing that sucks is that he can't look up. That's about as much as you're gonna get. Anyway, so his shoulders doing the pattern with the butterfly joint, but the sad thing is that it doesn't end up having a closer a cut over here on the front chest. You know, that would have given more articulation over for this guy, but as it is, he's able to have his arms way back, so that's actually pretty cool. You can get some pretty cool poses right then and there, as you can see. Pretty nice. Yeah, there's rotation at the upper bicep. There is rotation at the there's also rotation at the elbow, as you get to see. It's I wish I could say that it was double jointed elbow, but no, it's single jointed. And the hands also are able to open. They're able to open and close. They're able to spin around, so that's actually pretty cool. I wish that they would have been ball jointed as well, but you know, you can't ask for everything. Now the torso is ball jointed, and he's able to lean side to side. Again, nothing surprising if you've already had a Hulk figure that is Marvel Legends, so that's actually pretty cool. He is able to kick up that much, so it's not a lot. You know, he's very limited, and back kick is not really existent. He does end up having double jointed knees, so that's actually pretty cool. And there is toe articulation. It's able to go up and down, and Charlemagne is gonna love this, ankle pivot. So yeah, I love this figure, honestly. Let me just end up doing a little bit of a size comparison, that way you guys get to see. For switching the hands, all you have to do, before that, let me just show you. To switch the hands, all you have to do is just hold on to the arm and just pull until it comes on out, and you can just end up putting it like that, and just plug in right there, and there you go. So it's not all that heavy, it's not all that hard to actually do. Now for size comparisons, I do end up having some real good ones. Give me a sec. Here he is standing next to the Hulkbuster Iron Man, and as you get to see, you know, he's basically at shoulder height on over to Hulkbuster. And this is no small figure. If anything, this guy might actually stand about 8-9 inches, something around there. So that you get to see that this guy's actually pretty tall. We're talking about a 7.5 inch figure. But yeah, you get to see that he is gargantuan in size. Now to compare him to another Red Hulk, I do end up having the Marvel Select Red Hulk, and as you get to see, I mean, there is just no comparison in height. However, I will tell you this, where this one ends up having him beat in height, this one ends up having him beat in articulation, and I'm not going to say detail because clearly all the paint details are a lot more reminiscent on this one. I need to clean this thing up. But anyways, yeah, this thing, very beautiful action figure, honestly. There is some things right here. The veins are a lot more protruded on this on the Marvel Select Hulk than on this one, but again, you know, it's a lot more easy to end up getting dust on this figure. So yeah, this one my little brother ended up having displayed for a while now, and you know, it was also given to him by BC Mayhem, which I'm actually happy that he ended up getting that. But anyways, and the last comparison that I end up having as a you know, Hulk wise, I have this very old 2008 gray Hulk. Now as you get to see, the coloration is actually getting away, you know, the fading and everything. So I may have to actually repaint this one or give it like a flat finish. But as you get to see, the size is just incredible. You know, there's just no comparison. This guy did end up having some kind of articulation that was alright. You do get to see that it does end up having some ball jointed torso. And right here, the one thing that this one ends up having a B is on the torso articulation, that he's able to bend more, you know, and so there is more bend right there. But when it comes down to everything else in articulation, this one just can't compare to any of these other Hulk figures that I've actually seen. So anyways, final thoughts, I would say go ahead and get this action figure. It is real nice. You know, I would end up saying that please do not end up paying aftermarket prices, because they are being way too savage right now. I do believe that there's going to be more released, and hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if we might actually even end up getting a Build-A-Figure line, you know, with the Thunderbolts. I mean, that is actually a pretty good idea that me and my brother have actually been talking. And if there was any way for this guy to actually be a Build-A-Figure, I think that it would be in a Thunderbolts line, which would be very nice to end up having a Thunderbolts Punisher, Thunderbolts Deadpool, or who knows, maybe even a Hulk line, where we might even get to see a re-release of the Red Hulk variant Betty Ross. So this is actually pretty cool. I will end up telling you guys that I'll try to end up getting the Green Hulks. I do want to end up getting the SDCC one and see how they compare. But as for right now, by what I've seen, this guy is just, the head sculpt just really sells me over. I end up loving that head sculpt a lot more. If there is any customizers out there that do end up having any extra head, you know, some kind of head variations that you guys might actually want to sell, please let me know. And for anybody else that might be interested on over to this action figure, if by any chance there is any possibility of you getting them, I would say wait up until Target starts making it as a standard release. Do not pay the overpriced payment that people are asking for. This figure is actually good, but I don't think that, seeing as how it just got released, I don't think that it's actually worth aftermarket price, at least not yet. Anyways, this has been Klutzy Joe, and I hope that you guys ended up enjoying this review. Very short review, but yeah, I hope you guys ended up enjoying it. Anyways, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Hulk smash, puny human.
Subscribe.